We work with a lot of agencies on how to move away from blame. So what do we mean by this? What we're trying to say is that we need to move away from simplifying what the issues are within our organizations. What we're not saying is that you need lifetime employment or that that's a feasible strategy within your organization. When we think about safety science, when we think about moving away from blame, it allows us to explore more about what the issues are that staff face every single day and trying to address those things. So when you're confronted with a situation where you have a staff member that's struggling and maybe you're considering discipline, we would say that there's a few things that you should consider in order to best inform that decision. The first thing is, are you getting staff's voice? Are you talking to that worker and allowing them to weigh in on what their experience is? Second, and this is connected to getting staff's voice, is are you getting the second story? The first story is typically the superficial understanding of what somebody's experiencing, right? They're not meeting metrics, they're not getting some type of task done. The second story represents the context of work. What are the barriers they're facing in actually being successful with those metrics or with those tasks? And lastly, we want to account for hindsight bias. Hindsight bias is something that we all have. When we're looking back at events, when we're looking back at work that's already been completed, it's easy for us to simplify how that situation was happening, especially for that worker who is experiencing it in real time. So the more that we can put ourselves in the shoes of the person who's experiencing it, the better we are able to be informed about where do we move from here? How do we best address this situation?